Hi everyone, my name is Devon Geyelin and I am the Fulbright ETA in Yen Bai province, which is in the north of Vietnam, about 2 hours northwest of Hanoi, and which is a bit chilly, which is why I'm wearing two sweaters right now. I'm a little cold. I am from Montclair, New Jersey, which also gets cold in the winter. We do have snow. We're really close to New York City, so actually my mom, who's a journalist, she writes for a newspaper. She works at a newspaper in New York City, but comes home every night to sleep in New Jersey because we're very, very close to New York. So I grew up there all my life. Last May, I just graduated from university. I went to Yale University in Connecticut, which is about 2 hours away from my hometown. And while I was at Yale, I had a major called American Studies, which is a great major that I love very much because it allowed me to study all kinds of things and design my own way through. So I got to study a lot of classes that had to do with each other, but filled all kinds of different interests. For example, I love studying American literature, American history, modern American politics and social problems, as well as creative writing and art classes. And my major allowed me to study all of those things, so I loved that. One thing that people have been very interested in Vietnam, particularly because I always get the question, how many people are in your family? The answer is a lot of people are in my family in a kind of confusing way. So my mother and my father, they met actually both working at a newspaper. They were both journalists. They met, got married, and had me and my little brother, Alex, who is 20 years old. A few years later, after they had moved to New Jersey, they divorced, they split, and my mom soon married again. She married a man named Elliot, who became my stepfather. He had 3 children, 2 sons and 1 daughter, and they became my step-siblings. And we were very close. But then 10 years later, my stepfather unfortunately died. He passed away. And however, I still consider his children, my step-siblings, a part of my family because I care about them. And anyway, last year, my mother actually married again, a 3rd time. So I have a new stepfather, and he has 2 daughters. So in total, it's me, my younger brother, my stepsister, and 2 stepbrothers from my mom's second marriage. The 2 daughters from my mom's current marriage, my mother, her current husband, my father, and then my first stepfather who passed away. So depending on how you count it, it is 10 or 11 people. But and that's a lot, but I just feel very lucky to have that family, although it's a bit confusing. I've been very lucky to have so many people that I love and that are great people in my life. So that's that. One thing that I am particularly passionate about is the domestic American prison system. I think that we do not have a very good system. I think that too many people are in prison, and that while they are in prison, they are not given the tools and resources that they need in order to successfully come back to society after they exit prison. So while I was in university for 4 years, I was part of a student group that did activism against problems with the prison system, but also went and tutored students who were in prison who were trying to finish high school. Because many people in America will go to prison without having finished high school, and many of them want to finish high school or want to pass an exam to earn a certificate that is equal to having finished high school. So we went and we would volunteer and tutor them so that they would be prepared to take this exam. So in the future, I hope to eventually work to get more people access to getting all kinds of education, especially college education, and other kinds of training that people want while they're in prison, so that they are more prepared to be successful after they leave prison. So that's very important to me. Some other things about myself are I love horses. I worked this past summer on a ranch in Wyoming, riding horses and taking care of horses and helping train the young horses. And that's really fun. It's very beautiful there in the mountains, so I love that. And last important thing about me is that I really love dance movies. I am not a good dancer. I'm a very creative dancer. Some have told me that I dance like an alien. Some have told me that I'm inspirational. So it's up to you. But I really love it, and I love watching dance movies. So if you ever want to watch a dance movie, I could give you many recommendations, but my top two are Step Up and Center Stage. I also like Step Up 2, The Streets. So keep those in mind.